Hi everyone. Welcome to another evening of news with Candid Meena. And today we have some, short bit of news and with regards to Kejo, with regards to Sai Pallavi, and with regards to Kangana. So before this session, we had a very interesting session with Mayur Kalba, and it was quite interesting, discussing the how to handle toxic relationships with your relatives and your close ones. And in fact, a lot of people openly voice their opinion when they had problems with their own relatives, and their relatives had certain jealousy with their nephews or children becoming successful. So, coming to the first piece of news is with regards to Kangana. Uh, so, Kangana Ranaut backs Agnipath and says that there's deeper meaning than just employment. And the Agnipath scheme was introduced by the government on June 14 to facilitate the induction of youngsters into the armed forces on a short term basis, that is 4 years. The recruits will be called Agniveers, as you know, and Kangana Ranaut came out in support of the government's Agnipath scheme, which has triggered a nationwide protest, as you know, by armed force aspirants and sharp criticism from opposition parties like the Congress. So, taking to Instagram, Ranaut, who is known to be a vocal supporter of the BJP government, said the scheme had a deeper meaning than employment or making money. Many nations like Israel have made army training compulsory for all the youth. A few years, everyone gives to the army to learn life values like discipline, nationalism, and what it means to guard your country's borders. Agnipath scheme has deeper meaning than just getting building careers, employment, and or making money. So she said in an Instagram story. And comparing the Agnipath scheme to the ancient Gurukul education system, she added that in olden days everyone went to Gurukul. It's almost like that. It's just that they getting paid to do it. A shocking percentage of youth that is getting destroyed in drugs and PUBG needs these reforms. Appreciate the government for taking these initiatives. The Agnipath scheme was introduced by government on June 14th, as you know, to facilitate the induction of youngsters into the armed forces on a short-term basis, that is 4 years. The recruits will be called Agniveers. After 4 years of service, 25% of the Agniveers will be retained, and the remaining 75% will be permitted to return to civilian life. The protesters have raised questions as to what Agniveers will do after they have completed this tenure. 2 days back, the government released a list of options that the Agniveers can opt for other for after 4 years, including pursuing further education, getting hired in the Central Armed Police Forces, allied forces of states and other central and state government jobs, getting tangible skills and work experience in different facets, including engineering, mechanics, law, and order. So, um, first of all, my thoughts on Kangana is like her films are getting flopped. Recent films got flopped, and somehow, she's trying to garner some attention on her by, commenting on these serious issues which is affecting the country with this particular issue. And especially I do feel that the protesters in this particular case, they are not really aspirants of the army. They are, it seems like they're anti-national elements
Yes,
funded
they
by
are.
anti-national forces like toolkit.
Yeah.
And it's why would
It is very well
person
orchestrated.
so why would people who aspire to join the army, burn trains, burn buses,
In fact,
right?
to set an example, what they did was the army people only put the train together, and they helped a lot in, saving whatever was left.
Yeah, and so why does Kangana comment on these issues? Is it mainly to gain attention on herself?
That's it. Yeah, nothing more. She is just another, what you call parasite. That's it.
So yeah, and to add to that is that after getting the first after becoming the host of Lock Up season one, which is Ekta Kapoor's show, and she showed her open support to Munawar Siddiqui, who won the first edition of Lockup, and then she, as you know, he has openly insulted Hindu gods, and how she openly supported Munawar Faruqi and cajoled him in different events, and at the same time, she again changes her stance, and she supports nationalistic ideas or patriotic ideas. So she keeps on switching sides like a chameleon.
In fact,
So
some of the trains they were burning, there were people inside. Can you imagine how venomous these people are? You know, how different are they from what happened during Godhra riots? They burnt the Hindus within the trains. It's the same thing.
yeah, especially see, you can see from the Shaheen Bagh incident. Then after that, it was the Citizenship Amendment Act. Then you have the what do you say? Um, we had one more sort of protest
So many.
after
Shahid
COVID.
Bagh, that it was also
COVID,
the farmers,
yeah, the farmers'
listening.
protest.
Yeah, then Nupur Sharma. See, all these were the
Yanupar
same.
Sharma.
Yeah.
And then we had the hijab issue.
Yes.
They had to wear hijab, inside the school premises. So that was made an issue.
Yeah.
And now this, which is the Agni,
So Meera says very nicely, protests are fully paid for. It's not a compulsory enrollment and recruitment. So there's no need for such a reaction. Just political parties trying to gain some political mileage. Anuradha says these protests are nothing but activated toolkits, orchestrated and dangerous. Devanushi says attention and any opportunity to stay in the limelight. And Sri Ganesh says pain to see the damage done to the trains.
yeah, see, after all, it is hardworking taxpayers' money, and especially the middle class who's struggling in their jobs or struggling to find jobs. Their hard-earned taxpayer money is being wasted just like this, by these miscreants.
How
Who's
will
who is
how yeah, Anuradha saying how will our country ever progress if every announcement is met with this kind of destructive protest? See, if the farmers' bill was so useful for the middle, for the farmer against the middlemen, and just the rich farmers were protesting, and it was completely toppled. So it's very sad that such good bills, have to be turned because of these sick, deshdrohis.
yeah, and even rich farmers don't pay income tax at all. Can you
Yes.
believe that?
Mm.
Right? Because farming is it's not taxable
Yeah.
as profession. So now coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Lawrence Bishnoi, and as you know that he issued a threat to Salim and Salman Khan, and not just Salman Khan. Kejo was on the hit list of Bishnoi gang as well. An alleged member of the Lawrence Bishnoi gang has revealed that another Bollywood person was on the hit list, and it was no one but one of the renowned filmmakers, Karan Johar. So Punjab singer Sidhu Moosewala's death has unfolded quite a few known things and the facts about the gangster gang and its target in Bollywood. On May 29, the old school singer was shot dead in Punjab while he was on his way to his home. The singer's killing not only left everyone in shock, but it also created, social media, uproar amongst the political parties. The Punjab police have been behind the accused whose gang had taken the responsibility for the singer's murder. For the unversed, Lawrence Bishnoi gang and gangster Goldie Brar had taken to their respective social media accounts to take the accountability. The gangster revealed that it was a revenge game as the officials didn't do anything when Musawala was involved in his brother's murder. Now, in the recent update, an alleged member of Lawrence Bishnoi has revealed that Karan Johar is on the hit list after you know Salman Khan. So KGO 2 was on his hit list as they targeted the filmmaker for extortion of 5 crore rupees. Now, according to a report, the disclosure was made by Siddharth Kamble, also known as Mahakal, an alleged member of his gang, to Punjab police and the Mumbai crime branch during the investigations. Revealing the deeds of such accused criminals, the police officer revealed with some accused there is an element of bragging in their confessions. The motive behind bragging is to gain publicity and get bigger extortion amounts. The phenomenon is common in Punjab and other states. They want their names to get associated with high profile cases. Mahakal is a small fish. Vikram Brar told him about Karan Johar. Why Brar told this to Mahakal, who is just a foot soldier? Because Brar wants to increase his clout and impress youths like Mahakal. So unversed, crime branch has questioned Kamble Santosh, a suspected shooter in Sidhu Moosewala's murder, for his connection to threat letters sent to Salim and Salman Khan. However, later quoting Maharashtra Home Department, media has reported that the gang has was preparing to extort money from big businessmen and actors. So, what is your take on this whole Lawrence Bishnoi person, extorting money from these so-called, high-profile Bollywood people like Karan Johar and Salman Khan?
So Tom and Jerry says, for once I'm with the gangster, and the people on his hit list especially believe it. And Devanushi says, this threat is another gimmick by Kejo and Senior Bhai. Absolutely. And Pappu and his party cannot see an honest program that will be crystal clear to its objectives. The Agniveer program will give us gems and Deshbhakts for life. Absolutely. Preeti, welcome, Preeti. Yeah.
Yeah, so coming back to the Lawrence Bishnoi story, and it seems as though, like, Bollywood is trying to
See,
victimize itself.
Jaydev, no,
Yeah,
Jaydev, see, in
yeah,
olden times, people used to tell stories where they say that if the children don't sleep, the wolf is coming, or, the Rakshas is coming. So the
hmm.
same way, they have created a person called Bishnoi just to say that they are in problem. So it is, it's like he's a fictitious character, who keeps threatening them. Everybody is trying to escape from Salman Khan and Karan Johar, and they are saying that they are trying to escape from this guy. What sort of nonsense is this?
See, yeah, one more thing is that see, Bollywood is trying another strategy of being the victim. Trying to portray to
Nice one
the
from nice one from
yeah.
Devanushi. She says if he is truly a gangster, he will not be so foolish to announce his actions and plans in public.
Exactly. So it is like we are seeing a film and a script all in one.
Welcome, Manoj.
Welcome.
Yeah, SK and KJ want to show their importance. Good for nothing people. Yes. Yeah, same here, Devanushi. Why is he doing public announcements? Kejo is getting some free publicity.
Not
Well
only
said.
that, Mira. I mean, they are trying to portray themselves as victims among the people and get some sympathy. you know but it won't work. That people are not fools, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because people have seen through Bollywood after Akshay Kumar's film flop.
And Ganesh is asking,
Yeah.
who and why would anybody want to murder Kejo? Nice one. Yeah. Welcome back. Yeah.
Conspiracies within conspiracies. Exactly. And
See, I would
yeah.
advise you, friends, don't, without increasing the TRP of this channel, India Today, you should watch this interview by this, not interview, this article by this guy, a blog by the India Today, a senior fellow, how he is supporting Aryan and his father and everybody, and how almost, NCB cried, you know, when he was grilling, when he was asked to talk to Aryan, and Aryan said, Aryan's father said it is his birthday, and the NCB head, Sanjay Singh or whoever it is, said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we should have spoken to you on another day, and I should have brought you a cake." Can you imagine Samir Wankade saying things like that? Do you want lollipop? Do you want balloons? You know, So this itself shows that NCB is bought. If the India Today is so openly speaking about the NCB like this in a video, which they call it as a vlog or blog or whatever, it means that there is a pact between India Today, NCB, and Shah Rukh Khan. I would advise you, friends, to just watch it and comment it and give it to them nicely.
Yeah, especially with what's his name, the India Today editor.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's Sardesai.
yeah, Rajiv Sardesai.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you remember that he interviewed that well orchestrated interview with Ria
Yes,
Chakravarti,
yes.
and he asked all the soft questions. He sort of portrayed her as an innocent girl, and he completely, it was
And
staged,
can you imagine
managed.
also in
Yeah.
this video, they are saying that SSR committed suicide. I think someone should sue this India Today for making such comments without even the case coming to some sort of closure. How dare they say it's a suicide? Who is paying them? Yes, they are all
Yes.
in this together and funded by the cabal. Absolutely, Devnushi. The louder the noise that is coming from them, the guiltier they appear. What are they throwing? Their toys out of their prams for others than to cover up, distract, confuse, and get away with their lives. Can you imagine? And they're showing, this Shah Rukh Khan's wife also, Gauri Khan also. What is this? It's a family affair. You're doing a news article, or are you carrying the dynasty pictures? Then you should have shown some pictures of Aryan Khan drinking from a milk bottle and eating some biscuits. India Today is the worst of the lot. My God. Yes, back to you.
Yeah, so they all want free publicity,
Yeah,
states Manoj.
100%.
Yes. Then, yeah, Bubu says even GN reporters said suicide.
Suicide for
Is
the
it
SSR.
Gulf News?
Yeah,
Okay,
that
fine.
is also totally, run by these, chelas, boo boo.
Yeah, so
Welcome, awesome
welcome,
people, sweetest
Bobo.
siblings. So, boo boo, we like your name so much.
Yeah. All others can't commit as cases sub judice, yet these fake media conclude the case in public.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
Especially now, why Republic TV and Arnab is not even talking about anything, regarding the SSR and Disha case. Is there strict orders or from the
Yeah.
court that not to speak?
Asha Rani is asking, are they Supreme Court judges? Our viewers have a very good sense of humor. Targeting Lawrence Bishnoi, Urdu would again planning Hindu terrorist theory in people's
Yes,
mind.
that
Yes.
that is another point, very important point stated by Nanda. Portraying Hindus as terrorists.
Parab is soon to be hospitalized with COVID as the ED has remembered him. So all following on the footsteps of Sonia Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news is with regards to Sai Pallavi, and Sai Pallavi recently says that she issued a clarification, with regards to the
Yeah, here,
controversy.
see what happened,
Yeah.
Jaydev. See, she made a big, what do you call blunder. So she said that, see, what is Kashmir files? It is the same like, a cattle stealing man who was forced to say Jai, Shri Ram or Jai Shri, Shiva, whatever. So she said it was very similar. So what happened was she came under tremendous attack from social media. Now she's trying to save her face by saying that, no, no, this is not what she meant. So she's issuing a clarification amid the controversy over the whole thing. So she said the previous thing only to please her producers, who belong to a certain category. Now she says, I don't think any of us has the right to take another person's life. Being a medical graduate, I believe that all lives are equal. Now she's talking blah, blah, blah about Kashmiri pundits and saying that, see, saying, trying to make up for all what she said. So this shows you the complete face of Bollywood, Mollywood, Tollywood, anything you name it. They get their money from a certain section of people, producers, and they will do anything. They will even put slippers and jump into a temple. Okay? This is to please certain people. I hope you understand what I mean. Yeah, Meera says Akshay Kumar must be already planning to make a movie and star as an Agniveer at age 55. Preeti, SSR, the celebrities only for ads, dancing around. Yes, pubbing. Republic TV, though better than the others, Lutein media, yet RTV is eventually a business, in my opinion. Yes. They do roles like Maharana Pratap, police and bio of Gunjan and boxer. But when time comes, they don't say anything. Why program like this is important for our kids to be disciplined and tough. Yes. Sai Pallavi, she should act and only act and not try to be a commentator on stuff she has no idea about. Now, see here, I'll tell you one thing very simple about Sai Pallavi. The fact is that she's absolutely got no marks as far as her looks is concerned. Okay, so she knows that very well. I mean, she's not glamorous. She doesn't have anything that makes anyone want to really look at her in a movie. So what she's done is now she started, copying Amitabh Bachchan's dance movements. Yeah. And wherever she's called on stage, any function, she goes on to do that step. And people, the ordinary man, they find it very, cute, and they all praise her for that. So I think that is the only her claim to fame is her Amitabh Bachchan steps. If you watch her on any dance show, please watch. It's just like Amitabh Bachchan dancing, those slow steps, like Mere Angane Me, nothing different. So this girl is only cashing in on something like this. Otherwise, I think in her upper strata, there is absolutely nothing, empty. Yeah. Back to you, Jimmy.
So, hi Malik. Yeah,
Welcome. Yeah.
how quickly they fall when we start to see them clearly today. We do not think that they are beautiful, handsome, all artificial constructs
Yeah.
of an artificial world. We do not feed them. We do not need them. They need us.
Yes,
Yes,
that's it. Yeah.
absolutely. It's all you people who make them
Yeah.
stars.
So Tom and Jerry, when you say she's trying to make an entry in Bollywood, they'll make her Urfi, or they will make her just like a chaprasi, or some bai in some housemaid or something like that, because they will say first of all she's not fair, then they will say that she is from south, then they will make her as a housemaid in some movie and say that is enough for her. She's not as glamorous as Deepika or others.
Yeah, so quite interesting. A few days back, I had mentioned that Kamala Hassan, the actor, during the 90s and early 2000s, he had a very short stint in Bollywood film industry, and he was kicked out of the Bollywood film industry because he was a threat to some of the actors back then. And then he did remarkably well in South Indian film industry, especially Tamil film industry, and he became one of the icons along with Rajnikant. Right, even now, with the massive success of his film Vikram, you know, you can see that now Salman Khan is going to him and shaking his hands. So the whole of Bollywood is doing namaskar to Kamala Hassan. So you can see how the tides have turned. You know, when South Indian film stars were looked down upon, now
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
Indian film industry
Yes, in
is
fact, it was Amitabh Bachchan who
dominated
kicked
by
out
South. Yeah.
Kamala Hassan.
Lambu was kicking, yes, Sri
He was
Ganesh.
the reason. Yeah.
Yeah, and many others I think were responsible equally.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
So one more
all.
point, important
Yeah,
point, is that days after deleting his Facebook account, once his Hindophobic post went viral, Alt News co-founder Mohammed Zubair deletes dozens of his tweets. Zubair's extra noisy Twitter activity slashed down from an average of 44 tweets per day to 2 tweets per day after his Hindophobic posts went viral. Now, Op India has reported that this man, Mohammed Zubair, he was also after me. And he's the one who was most against Nupur Sharma. He deleted dozens of tweets from his official Twitter account, Zubair. The change in the number of tweets was first reported by a Twitter user, the Hawkeye. In a tweet, he said, since a Hindu-phobic post exposed on 13-14 June midnight and confessed by related FP page deletion, Mohammed Zubair's extra noisy Twitter activity slashed down from an average of 44 tweets per day to 2 tweets per day. He deleted 28 tweets today. Twitter account Op India could confirm that 28 tweets have indeed gone missing from his Twitter account. On further investigation, we found that netizens have managed to get some of these selected tweets even after deletion. Furthermore, tweets were found during our investigation that could be deemed as Hindu-phobic. It's unclear which tweets were deleted by Zubair on June 20. However, we found that the tweet where he gloated about creating a parody Facebook page, unofficial Susu Swami, has been deleted. Here is the screenshot. In the screenshot, let me just read it out for you. Yeah. Yes, he says, in 2014, when I created unofficial account of Sususwamy and exposed him through satire, the same bucks were attacking me for making fun, their leader. 6 years later, the same BJP IT cell is attacking Virat Hindu. So these are some of the tweets that this man has removed. So I think he's been also warned, because he mocked Hindu gods. It is unclear if he has deleted the Facebook account for good or deactivated it only for now. It is these people who should be arrested and given the third degree. Then, things will change in India. We are too lenient with such people. His tweets are there and reported. He is a fool, thinking deleting them, the authorities won't track him down. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So with this, we'll end this session. Thank you, friends, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, MRV joins us for a very interesting session on Agnipat and the Agniveers. And there's just one thing Bhavika says, it's surprising that KK worked with the Butts and made so many hit songs for their films, but none of them said anything on social media on his funeral. Very true, Bhavika. Thank you, Devanushi, and thank you all viewers for your joining and supporting us. Good night.
Good night.